You touched on a little bit about what was it, a swingers resort in Florida?
All right. So, now I touched on the swingers resort in Mexico.
Oh, my bad,
That's
my
the
bad.
main. That's the main swingers resort that I know of in Mexico. It's called Temptation. Now, what I said about Florida is that Florida, Orlando to be exact, is the biggest place for swingers to go. And, the capital, that's basically the capital of swingers. Orlando, Florida, with Disneyland and shit.
All right, so before we let me see, where do you have more information on, Florida or Cancun? The Temptations in Mexico. Let's start with the one that you have the least bit of information on.
Well, I mean, I'm new to this shit in the whole, but the Florida one, they all about the same, but I would say Cancun is probably a little more because I was able to research that. The Florida one you could research, but there's a lot of walls. It's like you gotta sign up to shit. Like, you know
You
what I
gotta
mean?
be a
Like,
member,
yeah, you gotta
pay a
be a
fee, I'm
member.
sure.
But the Florida one it's definitely real. They're there. They're going to some. They got, man. These people got fucking mansions and fucking hotels that they buy out, and it's basically the same shit that's going on in Cancun, at the Temptation Resort. But instead of it being a resort, it's there. But I'm gonna touch on what I do know about for sure is the resort. Like I said, I have two coworkers who go frequently, and I've done a lot of research, and the stories are wild, bro. I'll go into it a little bit on the information that I do know, and it's if it's for you, check it out. Basically, in Temptation, it's a swingers resort in Cancun, and the rules are simple. You leave your door open, crack. I mean, that's giving people, you know, the signs to just, come in and see if they want to join the party.
That's
Um,
crazy.
they have a lot of people. What they do is they like, how you got your room and you go look out that main window. You can see the pool or you can see the beach or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? The window, the main window.
Yeah.
So the blinds, they fuck with the blinds open so that you can see.
Okay.
Now, when you have the blinds open, they're inviting people to come into the room.
Really?
That means the doors are open.
Get
So
the fuck
you
out.
can close your blind, but more than likely, I would say 9.5 times out of 10, everybody's with the blinds open fucking.
Really?
So that's one of the things that I've seen some things on. I've seen things myself with my coworkers that recorded things, and a lot of the areas you can't record, but there's always ways around that shit with this type of lifestyle. So yeah, if you into that shit, look up Temptations in Mexico.
So, okay. Do you know if they go out there alone or they go with a female or a partner?
Um, I've had my boy. He went with with a chick. He's actually fucking, and they they did their thing, or he told me one time she was acting up and she didn't want to fuck or whatever like that. He left her in the room and went to another chick's room, and
Oh shit, that don't cause no problems.
I don't know. I didn't go into that far with him, but she bitch. You at a swingers resort. What you expect?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You can't be mad at that if you ain't trying to give up nothing. Also had a friend who bought a girl who he was just fucking with, and she wound up fucking not fucking with him, fucking with somebody else there, and
I'm scared of that.
so
You
you
lose your
gotta
chick.
listen. I'll tell you like this: if you lose her, she wasn't yours to begin with, man. That's how it should be, man.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
You know.
I've done little research on swingers. It never really piqued my interest because I've never been with a female that was open like that.
Yeah.
So, but the little research that I've done, I've noticed that they'll allow single females for free, but single males they gotta pay a high ass fee.
Yeah, that's well for me. Like I said, I'm new to this. A lot of that shit I've seen. when it comes to the swingers, like the little clubs and shit like that. Like I had a boy who, I was in this other travel shit, mongering group, and he was putting me on to a lot of shit. A lot of it I was like, nah, I'm good.
Can you say certain
I'll
things or no?
elaborate. Like, yeah, like he went to Mexico,
Okay.
and he's a black dude, and a guy hit him up like, listen, you know,
Fuck my wife.
fuck my wife for me. You're a black guy, you got a big dick, you're black, right? So, come fuck my wife, and I'm just gonna record it. So he was like, yo, this bitch was bad, bad Mexican bitch. He fucked the shit out of her, you know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of people that travel from around the world, and they'll go and they'll all meet up in Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. Now, one thing he did say, and this is all, everybody that's into this shit or whatever, or just want to hear it, you gotta be in shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think it's, to me, I don't think it's a requirement, like 100% in all
You
these
gotta
places.
either be in shape or have a big fucking dick or both.
Yeah, because you got all right, so all right, let me see. From my opinion, like when it comes to like the swinger shit that you actually pay for and sign up to, you better be in shape. You can go, you pay for shit, but motherfuckers gonna probably look past you. You know, but when you go to like Temptations, there's somebody for everybody there. You know, so
I got
that's a little more like a freestyle. Like you go on a cruise, like I'm going on a cruise.
right.
It's leaving out of Miami in February. I'll go. Bring somebody with you or go by yourself. Fuck it. There's a lot of single people that go in there just to do wild shit, man. And the shit that I've seen on there, like I've seen different women, like Asians, fucking blacks, white, all types of bitches there, man, doing all types of shit, yo. Just imagine, you've been on a cruise ship before. So imagine a cruise ship the size of like, I want to say like tier two of the Carnival cruise ship, not the little cheap one.
Okay.
Everything that you would see on a Carnival cruise ship, the boat, I mean, the pool, the bars, they all
Right.
there naked, tops off, you know, some bitches is eating pussy, some sucking titties, some fucking, some. So, everything is a difference. When it comes to the swinging things on the boats and the hotels and the places you pay for. But, it's still a swinging community, man.
Okay. I know you're new to this, but what about? And I'm not trying to twist the conversation, but now that I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about some other possibilities. What if there's like guys that go both ways? Like, how do you navigate through that? And you're not with that shit.
For me, honestly, I've never been. I'll let you know in February if that shit happens. But I think like in my personal opinion, like when I did my research and I did ask my friends that, and you don't really get that too much. Like
Really?
you get guys that if they are, they're not saying it.
They just want
When
you to fuck their
they
wife.
want to fuck your bitch, or they want you to fuck theirs, or
Right.
they want to swap. Like yo, I take yours, you take mine. You know what I mean? But you gotta be very careful with that because you got some niggas they'll dick the shit out your bitch, yo. And now he got two bitches, and you got none. And I'm not gonna mention no names, but I've had a person that's very close to me that happened to.
Really?
His bitch got turned out, bro. It fucked up a lot of shit, bro. It fucked up their marriage and all that shit. His
He
bitch,
went to a resort or it happened local.
nah, they did some local shit, and basically they all got together, and my boy, I'm not gonna really mention his name at all,
Do I
and
know him?
nah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
and he fucked the dude's wife, and they swapped wives basically, and everything was cool, boom. But what started happening was his wife started meeting up with the fucking dude, right, and doing shit. She was open, dick the fuck out. So what happened was the wife of the dude contacted him and was like, yo, this motherfucker, I mean, your bitch over here doing shit. They both doing shit behind our back.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know about this? You know? And he just fucked it fucked him up, man. So, this is something that you gotta really be careful with, man. If you really, 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 truly love your woman.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that. If anything, I bring a bitch that like a prostitute. Yo, come with me to this shit, and you're gonna pose as my bitch, and then we gonna fuck.
I mean, you can just bring anybody, man. Just if you into that shit, you into it. Some people gotta understand, man. We only live once. If you're not into it, don't do it. If you are into it, you should have specific rules with your girl or with your man, whoever. If it's a female listening, you know what I'm saying? Like, have specific rules. Like, listen, we only here for females, and that's what I'm gonna do. It's just, and I'm still on the fence about it because I don't know how that's gonna make her feel when she see me tearing another bitch up. You know what I'm saying? That might change our dynamic of our relationship. But
I got a story. Speaking about
like hold on real quick. We've done shit together, but in that type of environment, it's a little different. Like I gotta perform. Like I'm gonna perform.
When I was in my early 20s, I was dealing with a certain female. And she had friends, and it was kind of like three couples. So one day, I can't believe I even remember this shit. One day we're at one of the girls' house, one of her friends' houses. It's all the three couples. We're drinking, we're smoking. They got the music playing, and we must have been drinking, for maybe 2 hours, drinking and smoking, playing Uno and dominoes, and then I don't know. It was just like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was a spell or some shit. It just came over all of us, and then we just all started like it started off like you were your girl, you started messing with your girl, I'm messing with my girl, and the other guy's messing with his girl.
It's called alcohol, my friend.
That's how it started. Everybody was messing with their chick,
Mm-hmm.
but we were all doing it in front of each other.
Mm.
So during that whole little session, we started swapping.
Mm.
Okay, one of the guys was fucking the other guy's girl. Guy B is fucking guy A.
That's hold on. How did this initiate though? Like as far as the swapping, like you just don't get up and come to my bitch and
the girls, girl, and let me tell you something.
The girls started
girls are fucking hoes, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I put my dick in the other girls, and yes, the girl that I was dealing with at the time, the other guys hit her too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really care because I'm fucking these other, like, it was some shit that you don't just we in the moment. Once it's done, we're not talking about this shit ever again.
Mm-hmm.
But the one of the guy, he was fucking the other guy's girl. I'm assuming, and it's obvious, she liked him, and she liked the way she was getting fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So now that whole session is done. later, sometime during that whole session, they must have exchanged information. Later, she starts fucking with him on the side.
Yeah.
She starts fucking with him on the side, right? She gets pregnant.
Wow.
Hold on. She gets pregnant, but the guy thinks it's his baby. I believe sometime after that baby was born, she tells the guy, I don't know if this is yours. And he's like, what the fuck do you mean? And I guess she must have felt guilty as fuck. Like, it was just bad. She says, look, after that whole thing, I just started fucking with this guy. And
were they friends? Those two guys?
no, the three girls were friends. They were the friends.
Okay.
The guys were just like the plus one.
Mm. So she told him. Did she ever tell her girlfriend?
It was a whole fucking thing. It was a whole mess.
That's crazy.
It was a whole fucking mess. So the baby's born. Now they do a DNA test. Turns out it was the other guy's kid and not the boyfriend.
She knew that shit all along, bro.
So I guess the guilt was eating at her,
Mm-hmm.
and she gave birth to another man's kid. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. I guess I didn't do a good job because she never hit me up. She was on his shit.
Damn.
She was on his shit, bro.
How'd she look?
She looked good. She was Dominican. maybe Dominican Colombian or some shit, but she was Dominican something else.
Mm.
I was in my early 20s. I definitely wasn't traveling like that. I was doing my local shit, but I happened to be fucking with a bitch, and she had friends, and they was out. You know, when you're young, you do shit, bro.
That shit sounds like a nightmare now, man. Like it sounds cool and all that shit,
When
but
you're young,
like
yeah.
when you the guy that take another nigga bitch, you fucking up. But now you the guy that took another bitch, another nigga's bitch, you fucked her, got her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was still fucking her while, you know, like there's nothing you could do to come back from that. Even as the guy that took the you know the girl, not really took her, but she was fucking up, you know, fucking her behind his back. Because like I said, if she want to be with you, you be with her. Like it's just like you know
Yeah,
how your son or how your daughter was conceived was through an orgy. And then I say you know worst on the worst, you put your child support. So it's like yo, that's why I always say guys protect yourself, protect yourself out here.
You ever ran train on a bitch
Of course.
with a couple guys or another guy?
Um,
We, as a matter
I
of
have
fact, hold
different.
up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Before you answer, we ran train on a bitch. We ran train on a few bitches. On a few
Yeah,
bitches.
yeah, yeah. But I've done it. I've done it. In my younger years when I was when I was actually living in Florida too. You know, this was before the mongering stuff when we did it, you know, but I've done it, I would say about a handful of times, you know what I'm saying? It ain't for me. I mean, like, you know, I wouldn't, you know, the bitch in here right now, she's like, yo, you go first, you go second, yeah. But I ain't gonna be in the same room with a nigga, man. That shit is just so, I can't do that shit, yo.
Today, yeah, it's I can't.
You know, when you young, it's like, hey, yo, hurry up, yo, let me, you know, switch, let me get this bitch on this side. But now, like, yo, go ahead, do your thing, bro, and then I'm going there, or vice versa, whatever, and you know, we gonna switch on this bitch. That's it.
The last time I did something like that was in Colombia when we went. I was
Hmm.
with Junior and I was fucking on the bed and he was fucking the other girl on the couch. And the reason we did is because we shared the same room. Remember that the way it was set up,
Yeah,
we
but
had to share the same room.
those are two different girls, though. It's different.
Yeah,
Like
no,
when
but
it was the same girl, it'd be a little different.
so, okay, so you wouldn't.
I was there. I remember. Yeah, I remember the room. I know.
No, no, no. When we went to Santo Domingo,
Uh huh.
I was getting head from a bitch and you was dogging her, doggy style. You remember
Hmm.
that? That shit was so uncomfortable, son.
I don't remember that, bro. Like, but if you say it happened, I'll believe you.
That shit was uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I'm bringing it
Yeah,
up. Fuck it.
I mean, yeah, now that I remember, motherfucker, you was doing better than me because I was fucked up about this shit. I couldn't. I was like, yo, I can't do this shit, you know. But you know, listen, we were young, you know.
You remember the basketball bitch? The one that I'm
Basketball,
talking about
basketball,
was
basketball. Belkis,
Belkis,
yeah.
but that was in your room. I
Mhm.
believe in your room we did that with her. But the basketball chick, I think her name was Myra. And I remember, I think you went first and I went second. But
She was like a brown skin, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember her.
she was on top of me, and then I think you was just sitting there getting dressed, and then you left. It's not like you was watching, but
Ah,
I can't believe it because when I was young like that, I was like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna go. Now I'm like, yo, bro, I need you to leave, bro. Step outside real quick.
yeah, do your thing. You know, do your thing, man. We at an age now. But you know, like shit happens, man. Like we might end up in the same room with two different bitches, man. Just it's a little different for me now. Like go all the way in the far corner, nigga. Like your back should be facing my back, bro. Like you know what I mean? We shouldn't be looking at each other, nigga. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
anything,
I'm not trying to lock no fucking eyes.
word. And you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers be trying to outperform you and shit in that motherfucker. Like yo, this bitch screaming, my bitch ain't making no
I'm
noise.
fat, I'm old. I'm gonna catch a heart attack trying to compete. Fuck that.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. But the good thing about those things, guys, so you know to go back on what me and Nano did in what was that Santo
That was
Domingo.
Santo Domingo.
Well, so reason why we did that, let's get to that because back then it was cheaper to get two girls at the same time. So what we would do is he would pay one girl and I would pay the other girl, and then we would swap. So we wound up fucking two for the price of one. That's what it was. It wasn't no like that's just going in the
Yo,
same room together. So we wound up doing it that way.
I miss those fucking prices, bro.
We
Them
got
prices
shout out
was
to
dumb
Santo
cheap.
Domingo. We definitely got to
I
go back
gotta go
out there.
back there.
If you see what I saw today, I'm gonna show you when we get over this, guys.
What you saw? Tell me. You
Um,
can tell me. You can show me too.
nah, but you know I didn't want to mess.
Yeah, I like this.
See, that's Santo Domingo.
Santo
You can tell off the
Domingo.
back, right?
My bad.
Let me show you something, guys.
So we talk about Sosua. I talk about Sosua a lot, but the real fire dimes. Now look at that. They usually come from either Santo Domingo or Santiago, right?
In my personal opinion, I don't think nothing touches Santo Domingo. Now, there's some beautiful girls from all over the island. There's some ugly bitches, yo. But to me, if you're into chocolate, brown, you know, big asses, Santo Domingo is the spot, yo.
They even damn.
She nice, right?
Yeah. They even the fire bitches go to Punta Cana.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where the money. That's where the money's at. See, Sosua is a quick. What's the saying? Shooting fish in a barrel. Sosua is a quick fix, and you go outside your hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I go.
Well, to me, like, all right, so to touch, like, what he said about the Punta Cana spot. So, if you guys remember in the first episode I've done, so a lot of these girls are coming in from other countries. They fly into Punta Cana from Colombia. They fly in, and if you notice now, me and him, we've been going for a long time. You see a lot of different girls coming to the island now, the island of Dominican Republic. You didn't see that back in the day. Like they will say, "Oh, this girl's from Brazil," or "this girl's from Colombia," but I couldn't tell back then. Honestly, they would charge more for them bitches. I'll never get them because I'm not paying more for some bitch you could be lying to me. But yeah, so the spots like Punta Cana, if you see how they look, like I was just actually watching the video today, and I'm like, damn, I actually want to go. But I know if I go there, and I know for sure because I know people who went, they're charging 200 and up, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not going there.
yeah. That's Puerto Rico prices.
Puerto Rico is bugging for that too, by the way, because they not even on it like that. To be honest, there's some beautiful women in Puerto Rico, but it ain't like these places we talking about, and that's my opinion.
You know, I got the websites for female companions in different countries, and I found one for Puerto Rico, a website. So I go there, and then I find a female that I'm like, all right, she's all right, and then she's showing off her, she's promoting her Instagram. So I go to her Instagram, I follow her, and then I look at who she follows, and then I start following all the
Mm-hmm.
bitches that are promoting the same shit. One of them reaches out to me and she's like, "Let me send you my menu." Now a lot of these fucking bitches, they try to sell the content. I'm not with that. I didn't even reach out to her, but I said, "Listen, I don't want anything. I just want to know." They call it in Spanish. They call it encuentros, which is encounters.
Inquiring, right?
Encounters.
Okay.
So the females out here, they'll say links or
Mm-hmm.
meetups or whatever. But over there, that's the word. So I say, "Do you do encounters?" And she's like, "Yeah." So she sends me a screenshot of her menu, and it was like $65. I was like, "Oh shit!"
$65 just to meet them.
To
To
fuck,
fuck?
bro. For
Really?
in Puerto Rico.
Oh,
So not all of them are 250 and up. A lot of them, and she's a decent looking chick.
mm.
A lot of them, they selling it for cheap too.
Did you say for number is the
Oh,
question?
I got listen. It's crazy because I was trying to be discreet with this shit on my Instagram, but it's oversaturated. I follow nothing but Puerto Rican and Dominican women, and they're either strippers or
Mm.
they prostitutes or they're both, and they all do the fucking online content. They'll hit you up. Oh, I sell this, I sell that, but I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, my Instagram basically is full with Dominicans and Colombian bitches, yo. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I get those the videos. Oh, I sell videos. I tell them this. I said, listen, I'm a little older. I can't do nothing with your video. I'd rather see you. I'd rather do something in person. If I want to watch a sex video, I can go to a free website. You know, and this is why I say I strongly believe it might sound fucked up, but these bitches need pimps. Them niggas that's pimping them to make videos, those ain't real pimps, man. They need pimps out here, bro.
Those are boyfriend pimps.
These are boyfriend pimps that they love getting some pussy and they might be getting a little money here and there. But I've seen a lot of these bitches be lazy. You know, if you're gonna be in the game, be in the game, play it right. You're gonna be lazy, turn down $200 because you want $800. Like,
It sounds like you're speaking from experience. Talk about that. So
I'm speaking. Yeah, it happened before. Like, we all know, that one girl that thinks she's worth $1,000, and niggas done went up to $300-400. Like, I had one girl back. Yo, listen, man, I wanted this bitch. She was what the fuck is that bitch? Is Egyptian or some shit like that. She's a hood bitch, stripper, and I was on her body for a minute. And she was always like, come to the club, come see me, come. Woo, 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 woo. I shout out to her 'cause she did give me a lot of invites and gave me the addresses, like, yo, come through. But I'm one for caution, and I never really went through. I'm just keeping it real. So, one day, well, not one day, we all, as the world, we all went through COVID, and her prices dropped the fuck down. She went from $500-600 she wanted to like fucking she wanted $300. She was like, yo, just give me three and get the hotel. At the time, I had money. I got into some money. I got about 20 stacks. So I was with it. But I was like, nah, man, I'm, this is when I was not monitoring. I was retired for a little bit for years. So that type of money to me, paying somebody is like, nah, I can't do it. Like, you know, then I gotta go travel to you. At the time I was living in the Bronx and she lived in Brooklyn.
okay.
So it was like, damn, I gotta go to Brooklyn, gotta get a hotel and gotta pay you. Like, so, it just was different for me, back then when it comes to that type of shit. But, like, these women, they fuck up a bag because they haggling you for an extra $50 to $100, $200. You ain't worth that shit. Like, keep it, come on. It's 20 minutes, 30 minutes the most. I don't know anybody that can make $200, $300 in 30 minutes. doing some easy shit. Like, that's nothing. But, live and you learn. They'll definitely learn, the hard way.
I kind of sidetracked it, but we were talking about Santo Domingo, Sosua, and Punta Cana.
Uh,
Since I have somebody here that knows that has the experience and that knows the same, if not more, information the same knowledge about there. Do me a favor and explain the difference between Sosua and Santo Domingo.
but first off, I've been to all three of those places. For me, this is all at different times, so everything is different. But the difference for me, for Santo Domingo and Sosua,
Yeah, yeah.
is that
I don't want to talk. Because Punta Cana, I've been there too, but that's more vacation. That's more family. You could do your dirt, but like you said earlier, that shit's gonna be pricey as fuck.
well, that's the old Punta Cana. See, the new one is like these motherfuckers got resorts set up just for niggas that's coming out there doing that shit. Like,
Really?
then they got the family resorts. Those adult resorts that we just think is just niggas couples. These are listen. This is what's going on. But the difference I see between for me from Santo Domingo and Sosua off the bat for me is the beauty of the women. I think Santo
Where?
Domingo
Okay.
has more beautiful women, and they come in all colors. To me, in my opinion, I would say they're more darker there than Sosua, but Sosua got some nice joints there, but it's a mixture in Sosua more than it is in Santo Domingo, in my opinion. But I think the quality of women are better. I think they'll come at a cheaper price.
Yeah.
Because that was just my experience when I was there. It was cheaper even, you know, and it's just a better quality. Like, I feel like it's just two ways. Just they all about the money getting to you. You know, like that's why I tell guys, you go there, just remember it's not yours. It's just your turn. And Santo, I still have relationships with people that I haven't I haven't seen in over fucking. You said we went 15 years ago.
We went 14 years ago.
14. So before he went, I was there, and I'm in contact with a girl that I fucked on my first trip, and I talked to her. And you know, not to get too off, you know, but the girls out there that I've dealt with, they're more career oriented. You know, they have money. They don't ask you. They don't beg you. They don't do a lot of shit. You know, they'll ask maybe, you know, but they don't beg you. They don't like. As I'm talking to you guys right now, I know somebody just hit me up asking me for something because I know I see her name and she's from Sasua, you know. But you know, Sasua does have a lot of good qualities. You know, I think like Santa was a big city, so if you don't know what you're doing there, you can make the wrong turn, and that's anywhere. You know, you don't know a lot of places. You'll just stay right where you at. Sasua is smaller, but everything there is for you. You know, so you if you're a first timer, you can go there and pretty much have a good fucking time. You know, like the beach is right there for you. Remember, we in Santo Domingo, we had to go to Boca Chica. That
Well,
was
we
like 20
stayed.
minutes away from the fucking beach.
I think we were like a good 40 minutes away.
20, about 20,
20.
yeah, about 20 minutes. But you know, like I said, you have good qualities of each place. So Santo Domingo, I felt like you know I'm gonna get the food tastes better, the women look better, you know.
It's more Dominican food out there.
Yeah.
Sosua, it's a tourist town, so
Hmm.
you got a lot of tourist type restaurants.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they don't really have the love like I feel like it should be. And like I feel like if anything, one thing that shouldn't taste like tourists is rice. Like tourist food is rice. Like y'all motherfuckers known for making rice. Like this is box rice. Like what the fuck is this? Like you know, now that's not all the spots out there like that. You know, but a lot of the spots that's run by foreigners. See, you might see a Dominican working there, but the foreigners are the ones that run it and own it. So what I do, and I don't think I've done that with you, but I hire a few girls to fucking cook. You
That's what
know,
you do now.
that's what I do now. You know, like you're on vacation, bro. Enjoy your life. Enjoy that shit. Go. Hire a nice bitch. Not any bitch. You know, do your research. Like I said, you know, you get in contact with people. You join these groups. You know, you have people that yo, like, this girl cooks food. You know, you have her go to the store. You get your shit. Come in there and cook. I got a bitch. I got different women out there for different things. I got ones that just do massages. That I want her just for massage. She massage so good, I let her suck my dick. She not really one I would actually mess with, but you know the attitude, the vibe is good. I got girls that just come over just to give me head. Like I don't fuck them because they head is so good. I got girls that cook and do everything. You know.
That the last time I was out there with you was during Hurricane Fiona. Remember that?
That was the name. I don't remember the
Hurricane
fucking
Fiona.
hurricane,
It
but I
was
know
Hurricane Fiona, and that's when you were going back home, your flight got delayed or some shit, got pushed back,
it got fucking what was that
canceled.
canceled? Yeah,
So
rescheduled.
you talking about you got a girl for head? That same girl, right?
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one I put you on to. Yeah.
For me, her head wasn't on that. So
Yeah.
the night that she came to me after this guy gets head from this chick. He's like, yo, she sucked good dick. You gotta try her. So
Hmm.
she gets on a we they call it motococho, but that's people that's on the mopeds.
Hmm.
And she gets on the motococho. She comes to me. I'm staying in New Garden.
Hmm.
He's staying a couple blocks away at an Airbnb. She comes to me and she starts sucking my dick, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. So I say, yo, just fucking take your clothes off and lay down. I like promo. You know what that is? Promo?
Hmm.
That's my shit. I love that shit. So I get on top and I start fucking her, and then she
Hmm.
turns around, she looks at me, and she starts fucking back. Like you know when they fuck back. I was like,
Hmm.
oh shit. But anyway,
Pussy was good, right?
the pussy was fucking good, better than her head, bro.
See, I think like that, like I said, I think everybody has different experiences with girls. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in groups with some people like, yo, this bitch is fire, and I go hit it, and it's not. Or some, it is.
You was out there recently in Susu, right? You had a chick that I told you to fuck years ago,
Yeah.
the Haitian chick.
Now, yeah, with that one, so like I remember that night you got it, and her energy was different. Now,
Okay.
like that's what I'm saying. Like, so you could tell me like, yo, this girl, yo, yeah, but the energy with you, not necessarily mean it's bad energy. It's just you didn't catch her at the right time. Remember I said, you catch a girl at the right time. Even if she's getting paid. Like I felt like when you had her from the club. She had a few drinks in her. She was loose.
She was,
She
yeah,
was
she was
ready.
open.
We was taking turns playing with her pussy in her titties
In the club, she
in
was
the
getting
club.
fingered in the club. That's
And when
crazy.
we was in the car, I was fucking with her too.
No, I saw you. This guy was warming up for me.
Hey, I knew I wasn't gonna get it that
That
night.
guy
I
was
was
trying,
drunk.
yo, that guy was trying to fight me. Remember, the fucking promoter?
He was.
He was trying to fight me because he wanted he wasn't trying to fight me, but he kind of got active, like a little excited, like, yo, you're not gonna show love. And I got to shout out.
We actually did tip him though. He just wanted
He
more and
wanted
more
more,
and more
but
and more.
that's a different conversation. But my cab driver, the guy that picked us up and took us to the
Mm-hmm.
hotel, I know him from the first time I went out there,
Mm-hmm.
so I got his number. Anyway,
Yeah.
he gets out the car and he grabs the dude by the shoulder. He's like, "Yo, you're not touching." And then the guy left. But anyway, I'm distracted with that situation, and this guy's got fucking 4 fingers inside this bitch, warming up, bro.
Listen, man. She's one of the most beautiful Haitian women that I've experienced. But like to go back to the experience with her, it was different from the experience that he had. And I could say that because I was there, not watching him fuck her, but the energy. But mainly because she's one of those girls of the night. When I say the night, I don't mean prostitution wise. I mean like she's one that goes out at night for her victims, and she has a few drinks. So when I was in my crib in Sasua recently, it was my first day because I always front on her. She always get mad like, "Oh, you never don't see me." So I said, "You know what? I'm gonna make it my business to see you as soon as I land." And that's what I had to do because if you've been to Sasua, you know what's up. As soon as you land, there's 1,000 of them bitches. So I was like, I gotta get her. She sees me on ATV, she sees me driving, and she's like, "Yo, you never hit me up." Like, so I said, "Fuck it." So with that being said, I didn't have time to truly prepare for her to come over. I didn't think, you know, I didn't think it was gonna be that way. So I didn't have liquor. I had beer. She don't drink beer like that. So it was kind of like she seemed like one of those girls that kind of got to get moved. And we wind up fucking. I ain't gonna lie, pussy was elite,
Oof, yes,
elite.
it was.
Like I don't even want to talk about it on. She
No, you can
fucked.
talk about it.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
know I could talk about it,
Talk
but
about it.
it was a moment like I ain't gonna lie, man. I was in there in and out. I was in and out, man. Like, and I gotta try it out again because I think I was more of a excitement and slash nervousness because, and I don't really get nervous, but it was just like, yo, this bitch is like one of the best that me at least me and him think out there. And so when you finally got her, I was just, I was fiending because she took a long time to get down and get ready, when I had her in the crib. So I guess it was just I was just ready to bust a nut. I just landed, so I got up out of there quick. But the pussy was one of the wettest pussies I ever had in my life. And tight, clean, her body was amazing. And,
Uh, you remember when we met her? We had like 2 bottles. We was the point I'm making. We was drinking.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she had
So,
some drinks in her.
so I had you know Henny Dick.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna confess something to you. Don't repeat it because I know he talks to her now more than me. I hit her up every now and then, but he talks to her. Do not repeat to her what I'm telling you. What I'm about to tell you right now.
Go ahead.
Okay, so that night we're in the cab. We make our way to my hotel room, and she's sucking me off. I'm sucking her titties, and then I put a condom on, and we getting into it. I had the henny dick. I could not fucking come. So before I even say what I'm about to say, how much does she charge?
Um, About $100, yeah.
Okay. Do you think she's worth whatever she charges? It all depends on the person.
So, yeah, I think it all depends on the person, like, and it depends on your salary, by the way, because there's some niggas out there that's,
They going on.
they going out there with fucking $8,000, $9,000, and they
That's
giving out $300 like it's nothing. But I think to be totally fair and honest, when you on this shit like mongering, like I think $100 is fair for a pretty looking girl, clean pussy, nice body, great attitude. These are all the qualities that if you're gonna pay, you need to have those qualities, like the attitude, the personality, the vibe, the cleanliness.
so we're in agreement then that she's worth 100.
I think she's definitely worth the money.
Okay, so I'm
Nothing
in it.
more, nothing less.
I'm in it. I'm fucking in it, right? And
Mhm.
I'm smashing. I'm smashing. I'm smashing. And we was there for a while.
Mhm.
And she's like, "Yo, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh, I can't come. I
Mhm.
cannot come." She's like, "My dick was rock hard. I had the energy. I just had the liquor in me, and I could not." And she's like, "What's the fucking problem?" I say, "You want the truth?" And she's like, "What?" "It's the condom. I can't."
Mhm.
And she's like, "If you give me $50 more, I'll
Mhm.
let you fuck raw."
Oh.
I said, "You sure?" She's like, "Are you clean?" I said, "Yeah, I'm clean. Are you clean?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm clean. Are you clean?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm clean. Are you clean?" And I said, "Fuck it, bro." So I
Yeah.
slide her the 50. I ripped the condom off, bro. I had liquor in me. She had liquor in her. It was like 4 in the morning. She wanted to go home. So I ripped it off. I went in, bang, 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 bang.
Done.
Hold on. This is years ago, so I could talk about it now. I pull out, I nut. Okay, I walk her. She cleans up. I walk her to the front.
No, no, no. That bitch knocked on my door and asked me was I'm ready for that. I said,
Oh,
nah,
that's
nah,
right. That's
nah.
okay. So once I'm done, she jumps in the shower,
Mhm.
and then yes, I think I hit you up, and I'm like, "Yo, she's ready for you." And what you said?
I'm drunk. That's what I said.
So after because your room was like 3 doors away from mine.
Yeah, we was drunk, man. We had too much liquor
So I walk her to the front of the hotel, and then that's it.
that night.
The very next day, we go to what's that restaurant? Bailey's.
Mhm.
We're sitting in Bailey's, and I see her, and we see her with her friend that we also know. And I'm texting her, and I'm like, "Oh, who's your friend?" And she exchanged, she gives me her information, whatever. But then she's like, "Don't tell your friend or anybody what we did." And then she sent me like emojis, like threatening me. But it was a joke, but it wasn't.
Mhm.
But yeah, I did some dumb shit. After I came back from that trip, I immediately I did my whole doctor checking on that shit. I mean,
Mhm.
this years ago. I'm good now, but in that moment, your boy wasn't thinking straight. Your boy did some dumb shit.
Listen, it happens to the best of us, man. But
Do you have any stories like that?
nah, bro. I'm. When it comes to shit like that, I get scared, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like
I get scared after
because
the post nut clarity.
I've been in situations where, I've been in a situation where this was with an ex girlfriend years ago when I was younger, and I protected myself, but she wasn't clean, and shit happened, and I wound up catching an STD, and I had to deal with that,
Hold on, wait.
Keep it real.
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna ask you a question, but we're gonna go back to that. I've done a lot of stupid shit, and I gotta thank God because I've never been burned.
Hmm.
I've never been burned. I couldn't tell you what a STD feels like. So what happened? What was like?
I'm just gonna say it like this, like most people think that you got a chance. You don't have a chance. It takes a half a second, bro. Like literally, like the condom popped. I'm fucking her. This is actually a bitch that I'm with. I'm actually in a relationship with her. I was young. I was probably like, I think like, I'm gonna say like 19, 20.
Okay,
This was before DR,
okay,
right before DR. So I'm fucking this bitch and the condom breaks. Pow! I felt the pop. Pow! I
okay.
pull out like, oh shit, condom broke. She's like, yeah. So I put my one on right immediately. Finished, finished the job. Boom. Couple days go by. I'm in the crib. I'm watching some porn and shit. I'm looking down. I'm like, damn, I must be horny. Like, fuck, I'm already. Is that pre cum? What is that shit? it's not. You know, it's fucking, you know, fucking whatever the fuck. Plus, I don't know what the fuck. So I immediately I'm kind of like, so it just kept happening though. Kept happening for like, you know,
Did
throughout
it
the day.
burn or itch or anything? It just kept leaking.
As I remember, this was years ago. It was more of a itching situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like itching, like, you know, like you ever bust a nut, and, you know, you still got some in there, you trying to get the rest out.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
be sitting down, you thought you got the rest out, some still leaking out. Similar to that, but like this more of an annoyance. Like it happens
yeah. Your dick had a runny
every
nose.
15, yeah, basically, like everybody knows, like every 15, 20 minutes.
So what's that? What's that?
Uh, what was that? I think that was gonorrhea.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I told my brother, I'm like, listen, bro, like I think I got something. Like I don't know. He was like, yo, you got any discharge? I'm like, I think that's discharge. It could be this. He's like, nah, nigga, she got you, bro. Go to the doctor. You know, so I go to the doctor. They like, yep. They do a sample. Boom, boom, boom. They give me some pills. I take them shits quietly. I'm at work. You there? You don't even know. I'm at work, popping them motherfuckers. And within like, I want to say maybe a week or two, it's gone. You know, it was gone. It was a lesson that I learned. So like I tell people that it takes half a second, bro.
Fuck.
Like it don't take no. I was hitting it. Nigga, that shit was a half a second. As soon as I felt pop, I pulled out.
Uh-huh. And the pussy was good. He's like, yo, fuck it.
Nah, I wasn't. I pulled out, put a condom back on.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
But you know what I'm saying? You know, of course she was in denial and all that shit. You know, but you know that's something that you know, like that was the best case scenario. It could have been worse. You know, so like I always say, protect yourself out here. Take it easy. You know, make sure you get the right size condoms. If you gotta use lube, yo. Like straight up. Don't let a bitch ride you too crazy. Like, be easy. Be careful out here. This shit is real, bro. But I haven't had any issues since. Thank God.
I was bugging that day, right? That night with her.
Because it could have been worse than that. But
Yeah.
and like I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting myself, but she does seem like a clean girl. But
You never know.
the profession that she's in at the end of the day.
Yeah, I was wilding the fuck out. I had that liquor.
Even a lot of niggas be wilding out. We all know niggas be getting head out there with no condom.
You don't get head with
um,
you get raw head. I mean, you don't get raw head.
I've had it before, but I know niggas that really be going hard. Now,
What
I
do you
might
mean when you
sound
say go hard?
stupid, like every bitch they meet, they get head raw dog. Every bitch. Now, me recently, like I've been like, nah. Like I only fuck with ones that I fuck with. Like yo, I feel I vetted her enough. It might sound stupid, but I feel I vetted her enough, and it's only probably like two of them. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I've done it numerous occasions for years with them. Never had anything.
Yeah.
I watch them every day. I don't know who they fucking, but I watch them every day. They have a normal life. They're not on the strip. Actually the girls that I do deal with that do that to me. They don't even walk the strip. They don't even be on the strip. You don't see them at all. I've been in Sasua for 12, 13, 14 days at a straight and haven't seen them unless I called them over there.
I must be asking for an STD because I'd be like, raw head, okay, no problem. I mean, they with it. I'm like, okay, fuck it, bro.
But we all do, man. We all do, yo. Just be careful. You playing fucking Russian roulette with your dick, with your life, really.
In okay, so Sosua is a beach town for tourists. Santo Domingo is a big city. Santo Domingo, I know they got whorehouses.
Uh-huh.
Sosua doesn't. The most they got is the massage parlor. Have you ever been into a whorehouse?
In Santo Domingo,
Yeah.
of course.
We went to one together. I
Yeah.
know that I know the answer to these questions,
Yeah,
but it's for the listeners.
yeah. Of course. Yeah, I've been to a few of them. Maybe like off the rip, you gotta understand. We haven't been back since Santo Domingo in over 10 years.
I gotta go home.
So yeah, he was born. But not literally, but that's the first place he'd been to, and starting his manga and shit. But yeah, I've been to a few of them in there in Santo Domingo. Sosua doesn't really have them. But you know, you don't. I don't even. I'm pretty sure they probably don't exist in Santo Domingo anymore. That was old school shit. Like you know,
Now
we
you got Instagram and Tinder.
you could do whatever the fuck you want, man. Like you know, there's no problem getting a woman in that country. It's a lot. You know what surprised me a lot though, the most, that a lot of these women are single.
Really?
Like when I go, you know, they'll tell. I don't believe what they tell me, but you know, a lot of them appear to be single. Like you go on their Facebook, single, single, and you know, I've been kind of getting better. Like I don't add a lot of these girls or talk to a lot of these girls that say they married or they're in a relationship. Because to me, off the back, I don't want to be treated. I tell every girl I'm with, I don't want to be treated like a customer. When I'm with you, treat me like I'm your man. You know, besides the kissing and shit, treat me like I'm your man.
You
Fuck
don't you
me,
don't you don't be kissing them?
nah, I don't know. Like, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, maybe one or two of them probably snuck me and caught a kiss on me, and I'm like, damn, bitch
So
got me.
so you don't like
Maybe,
that? You don't like
nah, I
that
don't like
GFE?
that shit. Nah, I like it, but I don't like the kissing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know, now that's, like I said, I have my few regulars that, you know, I fuck with like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's never tongues or nothing like that. You know, I got my few regulars, you know,
You hold their hands when you're on the streets with
nah, I don't know.
them?
Fuck
Why
no.
not?
Cause it ain't for that. Like, definitely not in Sasua. If I hold a bitch hand, I'm leading her to the door. Like, I'm leading her to the out of the club. Like, yo, come
Yeah,
on. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, the more I go, and like recently, like, bro, it's the same bitches every night, bro.
Really?
Like, to be honest with you, Sasua needs a revamp. Like, there need more bitches in there. Like, I've seen the same. My pops was hype, but for me, I was like, yo, this bitch was at the beach today, at fucking Roombas, at Blue Ice, and now she's in the club. Like, bitch, it's the same bitch all day. Like,
You know where I want to go that I haven't been? Envy. You heard of Envy?
of course, my the last Airbnb I stayed at was not too far from Hungary. It's off the beaten path, bro. It's off the beaten path. It's kind of far. I mean, it's not far. It's on the strip. It's on Pedro Casante, but it's way the fuck down there, bro. Like you see right here. This is Atlantic, right?
Yeah.
And I also got Atlantic where I'm at. It's like that type of shit. It's not that far, but
Right, right,
it's
right.
like, yo,
It's a
that shit
ride.
is over there. Like,
You don't gotta make any turns. You just stay straight and
just stay
go.
straight and it's dark as fuck. Now, it look like it had potential. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the ODR when they were tourist trap niggas.
What do you mean by that?
Like tourist trap. Like you go to a resort in the boondies. And that's what I feel like Ambi's in the
And
boondies.
you don't step off the
You
resort.
don't step off the resort unless you in a tour a bus going somewhere because they try to keep you there. Everything is there: the food, the beach, the pool.
They want you to spend money
That's
there.
it.
That's it. That's what that's
These
about.
resorts now are not like that anymore. These motherfuckers are going out now. Yo, we going to town. We going to do this. Yo, we going on an excursion. Like you know, they always had a little bit of excursion and shit, but like that's what Ambi reminds me of. You know, and they do their thing. They have contracts and stuff like that with a lot of. I think they have a contract with King of Diamonds,
KOD, yeah.
KLD. Yeah, so they come once a year, or twice a year, and they go to Envy. But that's because they got them for cheap. Because nobody fucking goes there. I think being a stripper in DR is the worst thing you can do.
We know a stripper. Uh,
Oh, my girl.
talk to me because you have some. You just said it. Why is it not good to be a stripper in DL?
I think sex sells more. You know, at the end of the day, like they're my opinion is these this whole that whole country is taking advantage of anything that you know lack in. You know, like if you lack in getting pussy, they're gonna throw pussy at you. If you don't like and get pussy, but you fiend to get pussy, you know they gonna throw what they think you know what you want. You know, so stripping, you got a lot of dudes that's discovering this shit that come from the stripper lifestyle. Like as far as the South, like I grew up, I lived a few years in the South. That's big in the South, going to strip clubs. So they like to throw money in the air. But what I tell people is, we all got to be on the same page when we go to these countries. Because when you throwing money in the air, you just raising the price. If you throwing $60 in the air, and then you want to fuck her after the night, right? You think she gonna charge you 60? She gonna charge you more than you just threw away. You could throw away 60. You could throw even if you throw away a buck, $100, 150. You
Yeah.
think she gonna say, yo, I want 200 now because you don't do the shit on the floor like it meant nothing to you, you know. So I think being like back to the point, I think being a stripper it can have benefits for some of them because they targeting the niggas that's coming out there that like strip club, but they gotta go through all the prostitutes first, like. So imagine being a stripper waiting for niggas that's already fucking bitches all day to want to come spend money in a strip club. That don't happen. It happens very, very, very like little. Like it doesn't happen as much. They start doing targeting the people that stays at RV, right?
Hmm.
They target the people like that. Like our good friend that we worked with. You know his name. I ain't gonna mention it. It starts with a J. you know, they target people like that. They go to the beach. They target people that comes in groups. So you find a group of motherfuckers that want to go to a strip club. But it doesn't happen often. This is coming from a person. I was dealing with a girl. I talked to her a lot, and she was working there. She would call me every night and be dancing, and nobody in that motherfucker. I'm actually watching her strip while I'm on FaceTime. You know, so I think it's bad being a stripper in Dominican, in my opinion.
Got you. All right. So before we wrap this up, you want to plug your social?
Yeah, you guys, if you want, you could follow my YouTube channel. I got some content on there. It's just a peek of it. I will be adding more on my trips going forward. I am going to go back to Sasua in maybe another 2 months or whatever. I'll probably go for Halloween actually. And then after that, I'm definitely going to Thailand. So if you guys want to get some footage, and I'm gonna plug you in here on my YouTube. Let me just type this shit in. You gonna type it in, or you just want me to say it?
You can say it.
All right. So my YouTube name is Young Lee V. All right. So YUNGLEEVEE. Okay. Once again, YUNGLEEVEE. That's my Instagram. All right. So I got a few videos up. You guys can see. I got a few videos up in Sasua and some in Colombia. Not crazy. Yeah, you can follow me on there. I throw things up every now and then. Just me traveling regularly. So if you just want to see the beauty of Sosua, like the beach, some food, and I go on a cruise or I go Colombia, just walking the streets, I ain't gonna show too much on it because a lot of people on there that I can't, it's family, friends, whatever. But my YouTube channel is where I'm gonna put most of my content when it comes to the manga and shit. So give me some time, follow in. So you'll see something updated every now and then, but definitely in October I'm gonna update you guys with some content on my YouTube.